Hi there. I want to show you how to do Kitchener stitch on garter stitch fabric. It's just a little different than when you do Kitchener stitch on a regular stockinette stitch fabric. The first thing to do is to make sure you're set up correctly. You'll be holding your two needles parallel to each other with live stitches on them. I've got my wrong sides facing each other, so the right sides are on the outside. And you'll see that I've got a bump right here underneath the front needle and a bump right there underneath the back needle. As long as you have a bump here and a bump here, you are good to go. So the first thing you're going to do is get yourself set up. You're going to go into the first stitch on the front needle purlwise and pull your yarn through, and then go through the first stitch on the back needle purlwise as well and pull your yarn through, and then you're all set up and ready to work the graft. What's different about doing garter Kitchener stitch than regular Kitchener stitch is that you're doing the same thing on the front and the back needle. So once you get confident doing this, it's quite fast and easy. I'm going to go through the first stitch knitwise and slip the stitch off, and the second stitch purlwise and leave the stitch on. And now I'm going to go do the same thing on the back needle. Off and then on. Just pull that through there, and then just kind of get the yarn out of the way. So knitwise off, purlwise on, and knitwise off, purlwise on. Sometimes you'll see your yarn wants to loop around your front needle. Did you see how I just had to change that? And my needle came off there. There you go. So then let's do that a few more times. Knitwise off, purlwise, leave it on. Pull it up, but not too tight. What you're trying to do when you pull it up is simulate the size of a stitch. Knitwise off, purlwise on, and then knitwise off, purlwise on. I'm just going to do a tiny bit more so I can show you what it looks like. Now if you are working, let's just look at that for a second. Do you guys see how we just simulated garter stitch with that Kitchener stitch so you can't even tell where the join is? Pretty beautiful. If you are working the garter Laura, you'll notice that you have slip stitches right along this edge. So if you do the garter Kitchener stitch all the way across, it's not going to look great. I'll write up for you how to handle those first few stitches for doing the garter Laura so that they end up in the pattern of the slip stitches. Thanks so much.